Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's vlog. I have my hat on because I've just had a last minute little schooling session with Lara before we go to our dressage competition tomorrow. How exciting is that? Now, I say little schooling session because all we did was basically walk for 20 minutes minus, and then I probably did about 2 minutes of trot. That is because my poor grass arena is rather dry and hard at the moment, so I don't want to do too much with her at all in terms of on the hard ground. So tomorrow the dressage is, sorry, I'm trying to find the place where the sun's not in my eyes. Is that better? Yeah. Tomorrow the dressage is actually obviously on a surface, which is fantastic, and I'm doing with Lara the prelim 18 and our first ever novice test. Now, don't ask me why I've entered a novice. I think at the time of the entries I was feeling quite pleased with myself after last weekend, which, funnily enough, I didn't vlog. I would just give you a little recap. So last weekend I took Lara down the road to our local venue for a spot of unaffiliated show jumping, and I didn't vlog the day, which was really silly because my thought behind it was I was only doing one class, which was the 90 centimetres, and the reason why I didn't do the metre is because they didn't have a metre class. The only class that they had was the 105. So show jumping has really weird rules. So it will say for example it's 90, but then the second half of the course would be at 95. So if I was doing 105, the second half of the course would be at 110. And I was like, that's novice height in eventing. So I thought, nah, I'll just stick with the 90. Anyway, so pleasantly surprised, she warmed up pretty well. And we went in and had a really good round, clear, and then we won. I've got the round because my friend Ellie came with me to film. Thank you, Ellie. So she, were you happy with yourself? Yes, she was. So yeah, so I will show that to you now. Show jumpers, Lara. She's like, absolutely not, mum. I completely agree. Dressage, I would say, is probably our worst phase and the thing that we need to work most on. So also I can't, as I said, I can't school in my field, so it's good for me to go out elsewhere. You might be able to see how horrendously, are you itchy? She is so dirty. And obviously dressage, you have to make yourself gleam. And my theory is that if we're gleaming enough, then the judges will be dazzled and they won't actually be able to see properly. So I'm going to give her a bath now. Can we just, oh, I can't even see. Oh yeah, look, when you do this, look at that dirt. Oh, also look, I have my nails done. Do you like them? Okay, they look really horsey already. Just got my kettle here. So silly old me, I've got a lovely hot horse shower, but true to Lucy form, forgot to remember, e.g. forgot, that it ran out of gas last time. So I've got many a kettle. I don't believe in, you know, cold baths for horses, because I know I wouldn't want a cold bath, so poor Lara wouldn't either. Anyway, so I've managed to do her body, which is normally how I start bathing her. So I do her body, and then because it is the evening and I need to allow her as much time as possible for her to dry before I put her in for the night, so I do her body first, and now I'm going to do her legs whilst she stands and eats her lovely TH Scotch and Sun haylage. I also need to do her tail, because the last couple of times I've plaited it, I've realised it's absolutely filthy. So I need to get right in there, give it a good old scrub. Righty ho, so bath time is complete, and I'm just about to put her leg wraps on, and then I can put her in the stable. I've also tied a little plait in her tail. Hi, it is show day today. And I've got to the yard. I'm having a little breather because I've had quite a busy morning. My class isn't till 2 o'clock, so I have to leave here at 12 because it's about 45 minutes away. Obviously, I was going to turn Lara out this morning, so I've put her, it's like a fly rug, but I'd say it's more of a summer sheet, just to try and keep her clean. So I've popped that on, and she's gone out in the field after having her breakfast. Also put Bonnie out as well into her little separate paddock. She's annoyed because Bonnie's in this little tiny little area, because when she goes, this will keep Fergus company. She is peed off because she said Fergus is my boyfriend. So, because obviously we're doing dressage today, I thought it would be a really good time just to briefly talk about my dressage saddle. I ride in a Voltaire design Adelaide dressage saddle. Now, I've been working with Voltaire for 2 years, since 2019. This Adelaide allows so much movement in her shoulder, and so for that all-important medium, which we're working towards, and hopefully you'll see some today. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to just quickly show you how I clean it. Done. You are plaited up. I haven't rolled up her forelock plait yet because she had a tendency to rub her little noggin in the trailer out of anticipation of the fun ahead. But I'm quite happy with my plaits. Do you like them? Okay. I have a feeling she's going to be quite bulgy today. Stand. Stand. No, I don't.
All that for nothing.
Lovely girl. Well, that was slightly more, didn't go to plan. We have arrived. We have arrived. Amber doesn't want to be in my vlog, so, but she's sitting next to me. I will definitely get her on camera later though, when she's least expecting it. So, I've got, what have I got? An hour before my test. So, this is so much more chilled than eventing. I've caught her in action. So she's off guard. Hello, groom. Hello. Show your pretty face. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think she's looking nice? Mm-hmm. So here we go, prelim 18, and I'm entering and down the centre line, and she's feeling fine. She's round my leg. Now prior to this, you didn't see, because we didn't get it on film, she did actually have the biggest meltdown at the right hand corner at the horses in the field. So the fact that I could get her into this corner at this stage earlier on the test was really quite positive. So anyway, she's feeling quite nice, she's feeling quite supple, not too tense at this stage, as hopefully you can see. Obviously I had the caller, Ali, here calling for me, just because I thought it's one less thing I have to think about, and that is the good thing about dressage, I suppose, because you can't have your test called in eventing, so I thought, well, why not make the most of it and avoid a silly 2 marks added. So I thought her straightness was quite good there. Coming around the corner, she's bending around my leg okay, and it's up this long side. She's starting to look at this corner. Luckily, we don't have to go in it quite yet, but I'd say she's trotting in a nice rhythm. I'd say she's relatively supple. To me, it looks like a nice prelim picture, I would say. Starting a 3-loop serpentine. I always think 3-loop serpentines in tests are really good for just getting them to change the bend, just loosen up, unless it goes like this and they say, no, I don't want to go in that corner, Mum, because that's where all the scary things are. But I felt like I rode it through, and I felt like I tried my best to make it not look as bad as it actually did. So coming down this long side, I think this is the first canter transition here. So I would say probably a little bit rushed into that, but we may have got away with it. And the thing about prelim tests is trying to make all of your circles and all of your movements as accurate as possible, which I think I was trying to do. I think sometimes my circles were a little bit large, so that's something to take away with me and work on. And it's just getting her straight. And this long, I'm laughing because I know what's going to happen. Whoop. That's not straight, Lara. So obviously we lost quite a lot of marks there because she kind of used the excuse that she didn't like that corner to do that. She would never really normally do something as drastic as that. So I was a bit miffed, but I knew that hopefully if I use this test as a warm-up, hopefully she wouldn't be as bad in the second. Anyway, look at that stretch. I would say, yes, the free walk obviously is a little bit rushed, but she was starting to stretch, which was good, because our free walk is normally one of our worst, and walk in general, actually. I don't know if you can hear me, but under my breath I'm going walk, walk, just trying to get the walk, because she knows that once we've done the free walk, we must be cantering again soon. But I think I'm riding her more positively and not just sitting there like a tense mess on top, and actually saying, no, you're going to listen to me. See, we got into that corner fine there, and I'd say this canter's quite sweet. She's not pulling my arms out, she's not wanting to pee off with me, but you can see she's just coming a little bit above there, because again, it's that dang corner. So I think we lose it a bit here. Transition to trot is, I would say it's fine. And, oh, if that is supposed to be a centre line, Lucy, then where is that centre line? I am not on that centre line at all. Oh, halt. Okay, get it over and done with. So, on the whole, I would say she was really quite good. Obviously, she was spooking at the corner because there was horses running around the field, but she didn't completely lose her mind, did she? So, yeah, it was sweet. I don't think it's a world beater, but I think the next test she's going to actually be better.
For her medium trot.
For her medium trot, yeah, I think she'll really enjoy that, won't you? Good girl. So we're going to have a little rest. And then back in the warm-up, I warmed her up for quite a long time, didn't I? So, but she was quite chilled, so... No, I'm happy. That was just unfortunate, I think. Isn't it? Silly girl. So I've got about 15 minutes before my novice. So I wanted to show you my new gloves. These are the Herzl Dressage gloves, and they're so light and breathable. I think they make me feel really smart. So I'm actually happy to be in a navy jacket, because obviously I don't wear white gloves normally because I wear tweed, but today I'm wearing navy. So yeah. Fun story. Lara's having a good time digging up the whole ground here. We're going in for round 2, novice 27, and this is my first ever novice test, if I haven't mentioned that a million times before. Going down the centre line, and again, I think having the first test as the warm-up really helped her, and she didn't feel half as tense. If anything, I was having to use way more leg, which was really nice to be able to feel like I could put my leg on without her exploding. So this test, actually, because it's wiggly and you're keeping moving, you're keeping bending, it really, really suited her. So I think I would definitely want to do this test again. So now you do the half 10 metre circle to X, and so it's like a little S shape, which, as I say, keep going on about bend, suppleness. To me, this is quite a nice picture. A little bit of tension creeping in there, but I'm not afraid just to say, no, come on, keep going. Supple, work around my leg. You're supposed to walk for 1 horse's length here. That was a bit, I wouldn't say that was good. I would say that was a bit rushed. But we all know my walk transitions is the worst. Oh, also, my camera died, so poor Amber had to quickly swap to my phone. So sorry, there's a bit of a chunk of the test missed out, which is a shame. So we had just cantered across the first diagonal, and this is our first attempt at medium trot, everyone. Ooh, I wouldn't say... I can see why they said needs to establish medium more, because, yeah, there wasn't much medium shown. However, it was our first shot. It was our first shot, and I think she tried, you know, and it's definitely something that we can go home and focus on now that I know that we can make a pretty frame. So it's just replicating this in a BE eventing situation where there's jumping going on. I think it's different in a dressage environment because she knew that we weren't going to be going jumping. She's kind of settled into it. Anyway, she's working really nicely here. I'm so happy with how she looks and how she's feeling. I remember thinking, this is actually really fun. And actually, the white gloves, I was thinking, gosh, my hand's going to be terrible. I don't think they look too bad. I think I'm carrying them at an okay height. Any higher, I think it would be too high. And I think that's okay. Also, that walk transition was 100 times better. She actually did walk for 1 horse's length. This canter transition was okay, but we did do it in the right place. And I think this is where we have to give and retake the rein up the long side. And I was always worried because I thought, oh, she's going to piddle off with me. But she didn't. She kept in the same rhythm. If anything, her nose just poked out a little bit too much. Then we had to canter across the long side again, but we just lost that canter around the corner, and that was completely my fault. I did not have enough leg on whatsoever, but she came back to me perfectly before the marker. And now I'm trying to collect her more for our next shot at medium. Here we go. And do you know what? Yes, it's, as I said, it's far from perfect, but I think it's a pretty good attempt for someone who's only kind of practiced it the last well, the last time in my dressage lesson. So yeah, so we're coming back to walk now, coming up to the free walk. And at some point, I'm going to let her stretch. And come on, Lucy, let those reins out a bit more. Encourage. Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. No, I would say probably a bit of inconsistency there with the stretching, and I didn't let her out enough. I think I'm just always scared that she's going to lose her line, go wiggly, or go off into trot. This is our nemesis, walking down the centre line. I feel like the centre line was... Is it better? Is it better? It was a little bit better. Trot at D, halt at G. Can we do a halt, everybody? Oh, we can. I guess your quarters are on the centre line, but maybe your ones are not. Oh, bless her. I am over the moon, though, with her. And considering we didn't have any funny business in that corner, and she was so much better. So well done, Lara. So, we are back and we are done for the day, and on the whole, I'm really, really pleased because it was just loads of fun. I actually had fun. So, in the prelim, I've just ripped it. Did you hear that? That is so annoying. Oh well, this is our worst sheet, so it doesn't really matter. So, in the prelim, I'm not surprised with the mark because she had that paddy at that corner, which inevitably made her tense and like miss out half the arena at points. So we got a 63.26, which is pretty pants, but not the worst score in the world. So what's that, 63? That's like a 37 in BE terms. So I probably would be with a 37. It's not rare that I get a 37, so anyway. On the whole, I mean, it started good. Got a 7.5 for our first centre line. A calmly ridden test on a rather tense horse who shows lovely paces at times. Lots to like and lots to come. I love when they say lots to come because it's like, I've had this horse for 5 years. It's like, when will it come? Anyway, I took this test as our warm-up, and I think because I was trying to get her to ride into that corner, that meant in the next test she was actually fine with it, and she wasn't as half as tense as that one. So we're going to put, we did get a rosette though, but it wasn't a placing. It just merely says placed. Here we go. So I was placed, but I don't know where, probably last. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll just put that. Also it does match kind of my hat though, nearly. Next test. This was the Novice 27. Yeah, I kind of cheated because I had a cooler in both of them. So if you used Alison as your cooler, you would just do a donation, I think it was £2, to the charity of her choice. Something close to her heart. So I actually did 2 tests, but I rounded up to a £5. This test, on the whole average, was better. Let's start with the score. I scored 67.14, which for a novice, our first novice, I'm actually really happy with, because I actually think this test suited Lara more because there was more turns and bends. I could get her bending around my leg, and actually she was the most relaxed I'd ever felt her. I think the warm-up test really, really helped. I mean, there were still bits where it says could be more through, not quite settled into rhythm. Oh, and this is where we had to do our medium trot, and obviously I don't practice medium trot because you don't have to do medium trot in a 100 test, and usually I'm more focused on getting Lara relaxed than trying to like elongate and express her paces. So I tried to trick myself, her and the judge possibly, into it looking like we're doing medium, because there is no way our medium trot counted as medium trot, because it really wasn't. And it didn't really work because she sussed me, and I got 5.5, and medium needs to be more established. But I thought if I collected more on the corner, so got her really back to me, and then just kind of gently eased it out, instead of her knees going higher, I thought she might go medium, but obviously she didn't. Anyway, that's work in progress. It's fine. We did actually break and canter. We were supposed to canter across one of the diagonals and we did break. So that obviously affected our mark. Comments. 3 good paces on this lovely horse when she settles will improve marks and test. Lots to like. Yay. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. And you know why else I'm happy? Because we came 3rd. Yay. So we did get a placing. So we got placed and 3rd. So I think from going from 63 in an easier test to 67 in a harder test, and it was the same judge, I'm really happy with that. If she had produced that test in a BE test, we would be sub 30. Maybe dressage is harder, I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, I don't know, I had a good time and I hope you guys did too. I know it's not the usual high octane fun. However, dressage is an integral part of eventing. You have to do it. So if you enjoyed this vlog, leave me a comment. Say well done to Lara Lee. I'm really, oh my god, look, it's my colours, blue and yellow. Not quite the right shade. If you like this video, give it a like, leave me a comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel because next week I've got a very exciting giveaway for you, which is niche. I've never done that before, but it's linked to my Instagram. So also, if you're for sneaky clues in the week of to what this Instagram giveaway may be, why don't you follow my Instagram, footluceeventing. Yeah, to be fair, that one can go away because it's just place, not 3rd. And yeah, anyway, ta-ta for now. Ciao. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Goodbye.